Today's video, we are experimenting with 3 different types of food, putting it all together in one because I am hungry, and when I'm hungry, everything sounds good. Have you ever had those days? So we are gonna be making a Cajun cracked chicken burrito. Into our hot skillet, we are gonna start off by cooking our bacon because I am gonna be cooking down our chicken in our bacon grease. Now, traditionally, the chicken and everything would be going into a crock pot, but it is after work. I didn't think about doing this until after work, and so I don't have time for the crock pot right now. So we're just gonna be cooking everything down in our cast iron, and it should turn out just perfectly. Surprisingly enough, I've never cooked with ground chicken breast before, so when Sheldon went to the store today, I was like, hey, might as well pick it up, see how it turns out. It was actually the only ground chicken breast they had left, so that worked in our favor. For our seasonings, we're gonna start off with the traditional of the cracked chicken, which is this ranch seasoning here. You would typically use 1 seasoned packet of it, but I like to buy it in the bulk because I do use it so often. So I'm gonna go in with about a tablespoon's worth. And then again, we are gonna use this Cajun 2-step seasoning. This has kind of turned out to be one of my favorite seasonings right now. Go in with about a tablespoon or so. I'm not going to be adding any salt because this seasoning does have a good amount of salt in there. Going in now with some garlic powder, about a teaspoon or so. Onion powder with the same amount. And then we're just going to finish it off with a little bit of parsley. Just going to go in there with my hand, get it all mixed around, making sure that everything is evenly coated. I will say this has a very strange texture that I'm not used to. It is very cold. So we're just gonna push it down, and then we are just gonna be cooking this up in that bacon grease once that bacon is done cooking. So that looks good for now. I'm just gonna set this to the side. For a crunchy element, I'm gonna be cutting up 1 red bell pepper. For a spicy element, we are gonna be also dicing up these jalapenos. You could definitely use fresh jalapenos if you would like. I just have this already open. And then finally, we are gonna dice up some of this andouille sausage that I've had. I'm gonna dice it up very, very small just so when it goes into the burrito with that chicken, it won't be too bulky, but it will work out just fine. And then we will be using 8 ounces of cream cheese. The original recipe is, I think, 16, but I feel like that's overkill sometimes. I'm just gonna go ahead and leave it out. That way it can start to soften down. I still have a little bit of that bacon grease in there, but I went ahead and took it out, turn that heat down so we don't burn our butter, and then toss in our bell pepper. And like I said, we are not gonna completely cook these bell peppers. We just want to get a little bit of that softness on there, but I do still wanna have that crunch on them. Into our skillet goes our ground chicken that has already been seasoned. Make sure we just stir that around so it doesn't stick to the bottom of the pan. Once the chicken is about midway cooking, I am gonna throw in that sausage because that sausage will take no time at all to cook down, and we'll just go ahead and mix that all together. Now I am gonna go in with just a little bit of the gator drool because I like the flavor that this gives it. It just gives it just a little bit more kick. I'm gonna go ahead and add in our sausage. I am going to turn the heat down a little bit so that the juice of that chicken can just go ahead and cook down a little bit, and then that our sausage can get cooked up. This is smelling so good already. I have no idea if it's going to taste good, but as long as it smells good, I think there's some promise. Let that sit for just a little bit before we add in our cheese and our bacon. After a few minutes, we are just gonna plop our cheese right in there. I'm gonna start off with 4 ounces of that cheese just so it doesn't get too clumpy while I'm trying to stir it all together. So I feel like the cream cheese will clump up really, really easy and really combine with that ground chicken. Honestly, 4 ounces might be enough. So let's just start with the 4 ounces because I cut it in half. So give or take 4 ounces, but I think that's okay. I might add a little bit of some Monterey Jack cheese into this just to give it a little bit of a different element and a different flavor profile. Let's turn down that heat a little bit and go ahead and pour in our crumbled bacon. I don't know if I could technically call this the fried chicken because it's not the original recipe, but I'm okay with calling it whatever y'all want to name it. So let me know down below. Right now it looks like a mush. I really like mushy food, but mushy food that has a lot of flavor, I will take it. I'm gonna go ahead and heat up my tortilla. I'm just using these Carb Smart tortillas from Walmart. Tortilla hot off the press. Let's fill it with some of our cracked Cajun chicken mixture. So let's just spread it out. Go in with some of our red bell peppers and our jalapenos. Roll it up. I never know how to roll a burrito. So this way, then this way. Then, oh my gosh, that's gonna fall out all over the place. Is it like a tuck and roll? I'm gonna get my hands all dirty, but that's fine. Roll. It's a baby. I don't know what to do with my hands now. Okay, let's try this thing. Could have toasted my tortilla a little bit longer, but focus, focus. Looks like dog food, but really tasty dog food. So let's take a bite. Now I know you're probably asking yourself, why would I eat something that you just compared to dog food? But if you're anything like my toddler, dog food is delicious apparently. So let's see if this adds up to dog food. It's all falling out of the bottom, but I think we did something here. Woo. That crunch, that bite right there on the end. Putting random things together sometimes makes the best meals. So check your pantry, see what you have. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys are gonna make next. If you need some more dinner ideas, that's maybe not as random as this one, check out this video here, and I'll catch you guys there. Now leave me in peace so I can eat my burrito. Goodbye. Oh, I got it on my shirt.